Business news now, and the maritime sector is now shifting from the use of heavy fuels such as diesel and petrol to liquefied natural gas or liquefied petroleum gas. These green gases are environmentally friendly, and the International Maritime Organization is pushing for the transition in order to mitigate the effects of climate change. Stakeholders in the shipping industry are now appealing on the shipbuilders to support the initiative and be part of the journey to decarbonize the sector. And as NTV's Kevin Mutai reports, a new vessel with LNG fuel systems docked at the port of Mombasa with tons of cargo.
The bulk carrier Arctic Tern, sailing under the flag of Singapore, made her first voyage at the port of Mombasa Wednesday last week. This is a new vessel running on liquefied petroleum gas with a gross tonnage of 30,291. She was commissioned on March 14th, 2024, arriving in the country carrying a consignment of palm oil. Her arrival signals the smooth transition of the shipping industry from the use of conventional heavy fuels to natural gas.
The maritime industry is switching to alternative fuels in the efforts to mitigate climate change. One of the alternative fuels which has been proposed is, and actually which the technology has really matured, such that today we have vessels running on LNG as a fuel.
We are moving from the heavy fuels to fuels with less carbon and that are relatively environmental friendly.
The gas also saves ship owners money in terms of the cost benefits, therefore making transportation faster and cheaper. The industry is now expecting that going forward, ship owners will be building vessels such as container cargo carriers and cruise ships to be run on liquefied natural gas, which emits approximately 25% less carbon dioxide than conventional marine fuels, in providing the same amount of power required for engine propulsion.
Moving forward, we are going to see a lot of this kind of ships plying the seas, because as we move towards 2050, that is the ambition. The ambition in the international arena is to decarbonize shipping by 2050. And one of the strategies which we are employing is alternative fuels.
This is also part of the larger goal driven by the International Maritime Organization, a global regulatory body for shipping, which requires vessels to cut emissions by the year 2050. In July 2023, governments from around the world came together and adopted a revised greenhouse gas protocol, laying a foundation of a proper policy framework for zero carbon fuels. It is also in line with the Paris Agreement, which also seeks to strengthen the global response to the threat of climate change by keeping global temperature rise at below 2 degrees Celsius.
Currently, there are a lot of engines that are being tested for ammonia and hydrogen. So we are using this transition period with the LNG, LPG, and at the same time methanol to help in that curve, breaking down the consumption and the use of fossil fuel.
If fully embraced, the shipping industry, which runs more than 80% of the global economy, will accelerate the pace of global energy transition, providing a pathway for investments in countries such as Kenya. The 40 billion shillings Kipevu Oil Terminal 2 at the port of Mombasa is fitted with a liquefied petroleum gas facility poised to becoming a bunkering hub and a supply point for vessels running on this alternative source of fuel.
This brings a lot of opportunities for us as in the industry. Anybody can take advantage to employ this new technology, to facilitate this new technology. For instance, if here in Mombasa, we could look at us being a hub for bunkering of such alternative fuels.
With reduced greenhouse gas emissions, the green fuel in ships remains the backbone of the road towards decarbonization and full realization of a healthy and prosperous maritime sector. Kevin Mutai, NTV in Mombasa.